family. How are you? How's everybody doing? Listen, it is that day. You know the day. Just another marriage Monday. So, I'm coming at you live sharing another marriage Monday. All right. So, my husband is not next to me, but he is definitely on. I'm sure he will be chiming in. So, do you want me to just bring you in, hun, on camera? Okay. Well, we're gonna hear from him though. um, so I'm gonna just open in prayer. So before I do that, I want you to tag, like, share, and comment. All right. God, we thank you. We bless you. We magnify you. We thank you for this amazing Monday. We thank you for every marriage. We thank you for every person that would like to be married. We thank you for being who you are. We thank you for healing, protecting, watching over us, for giving us your son, Lord. And we just honor you and bless you in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, friends, let's get it started. So, here's what we are going to talk about today. You ready? Somebody say I'm ready. We're going to be talking about 5 types of infidelity. I know somebody might be saying, I didn't even know there was 5 types, but I'm sure you've probably heard of them all. I was just kind of doing some research and um, looking at some stuff from a social psychologist that was just talking about different types. So let's get in. Let's jump in and talk about it. But first, a couple of things we're going to talk about towards the end that I'm going to pose to you right now is, can a marriage come back from infidelity? What are your thoughts on that? And we'll talk about that towards the end. And first, just in case somebody may not know, what is infidelity? What is that? A synonym for that, or another word for that, is just simply cheating. It's an act of being unfaithful to your spouse, and it's usually by engaging in sexual or romantic relationship with someone that is not your spouse. That's what infidelity is. It just means cheating. Okay? So, here is the very first type, if you want to call it that, of infidelity. It's called opportunistic infidelity. Opportunistic infidelity. This is when circumstances or opportunity, risk taking, alcohol, or drug use is involved. So that is what is called opportunistic infidelity. It necessarily wasn't pre-planned. They didn't think about how they wanted to do it or set it up. It just, an opportunity was there because of whatever situations or circumstances a person was in, and the infidelity happened. It wasn't encouraged by being unhappy or unsatisfied in the marriage. It just, because of, maybe I was drunk, maybe I was high, maybe I was just having a rough day or something. All right, we got somebody joining, coming right on in.
That's why it's important to know yourself.
Yeah.
To thy own self be true. All right? Okay. It's important to know yourself, okay? We want to talk about that because a lot of times you got to understand how the human psyche and body and all that is made up, all right? You go through years of learning yourself, okay? I know when I'm very overtired, it would be easier for me to fall into certain things because I'm overtired, all right? And you got to know what your triggers are. You got to deal with it. Learn yourself. Take time to learn yourself. So know that when you're sleepy, if that's where you could fall into, that trap so easily, know that you keep everything away from you. You keep all temptation away. So know yourself, okay? Know what triggers you. Lack of sleep, anger, whatever. All right.
Lack of food.
Some folks, when they're hungry, that's why Paul talks about in the Bible to not deny your spouse. All right. You make your spouse thirsty for what they shouldn't be thirsty for. Know your triggers. All right.
So the second type of infidelity is obligatory infidelity. And that is based on a fear that resisting someone's sexual advances will result in rejection. So this person has some rejection issues and they feel like they don't necessarily know how to say no. So if somebody's making an advance towards them, they'll do it basically out of feeling obligated, wanting to be accepted, not wanting to be rejected.
And I know people like that. I've known young ladies that literally didn't know how to say no, but they meant no. You understand? But don't know how to say no. And I used to trip off of that when I was younger. Like, wow, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. But everybody's not like that. All right. And I know I'm glad I ain't got a wife like that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's got to be hard if you're married to a male or female, whatever your spouse is, all right, to you. If you're married and your spouse is that way, they don't know how to, say no. And I know through a lot of abuse and molestation, I know a lot of people like that. And that's a hard thing to deal with in a marriage. That's why you should know what you're marrying, who you're marrying. All right? Learn. That's why I believe in courtship. All right.
And definitely counseling, like we always say. Premarital counseling is such a help. It can give you so many tools that you need to be able to deal with what's going to come in marriage. So listen, this person in this obligatory infidelity, they didn't want to cheat. They don't want to cheat, but it's their need for approval. Follow this. All right. I have my phone plugged. Okay, I'm gonna give you a third one. The third one is romantic infidelity. This type is due to lack of emotional attachment to the spouse. There is a desire for intimate, loving connection. This person is very unlikely to even leave the marriage because they're committed to the marriage. But at the same time, they are looking for emotional attachment. They're looking for some that intimate, loving connection. Talk about that a little bit. I'll be right back.
Well, there's a whole lot of things to deal with, and that's why you really need to put that person through a vetting process. Okay, you need to find out some things about people before you hook up. All right, because it is so much that the enemy can use to destroy a marriage, because we got so many triggers being human. We've come through stuff, rejection, and like I said, molestation, rape, all kind of stuff. And that's not it's the black one. Okay. And we just really, I can't say it more, enough. We really need to learn people, learn about them. And then we really need to know ourselves when we get into these relationships. Okay, because a lot of us don't really know ourselves. We go ahead and get married. Oh, we think about the white picket fence and the kids and, the fairy tale thing. And then all of a sudden, certain things wake up sleeping giants in us. Certain things, triggers, it just, we didn't even know was there. We didn't know we had an issue, like that. I remember when I first got married to my wife, something happened early in the marriage, and I kind of touched her a certain way, and she almost killed me. And I said, "Oh Lord, what's going on?" But did she even know that was a trigger? It was something that reminded her of something from her past, and I guess I must have, did it the same way or whatever, and it triggered something. So we really need to put people through a vetting process. We really need to learn ourselves. You understand? Need to spend some time with yourself. Be honest with yourself. Write down your triggers. Because I know being overtired is a trigger for me. It makes me horny. Okay? And then, you know what else? If
Don't be telling people all your information.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't, right? Folks use it against me, right? Let's get them overtired now. But when I'm fearful of something, that's a trigger. You understand? But I've learned myself. And I know, all right, certain people, I'm gonna have a bunch of people around me with certain issues. Because certain issues can clash with other issues. You understand? And as a pastor, you around a lot of different people, and you'll learn who to keep away from you when you're in a certain way. You understand? All right. What's next on there? What's the next one?
The next one is, it's called another infidelity.
They can't see you up here.
You either. Let's try to.
All right.
Okay. Conflicted romantic infidelity is another type. And this one occurs when people experience genuine love and sexual desire for more than one person at a time. So this thought goes against when we say, that one true love. So what are your thoughts on that? Do you think it's possible to experience intense romantic love for multiple people? Or not at the same time, rather?
I'll tell you what the Bible says. You can't serve two masters. You're going to hate the one, despise the other, whatever. You can't serve two masters. And as a person that has been a jigahole in my past, you understand? I found out, it's a word I made up. Okay. I found out that you really can't love two people at the same time. That other person that you think you love too is probably lust. You understand? As soon as they stop doing, what makes you happy, then, all of a sudden that turns to something else. You understand? I disagree with being able to love more than one. But some of y'all might be stuck in some situations where you really feel that way. But those are real feelings. Because when it really comes down to it, think about it for a minute. I'm talking to some men right now. You got two women that you say you love, and they're hanging over a cliff. You got one in one hand, one in another hand. You're getting tired. All right?
Who weighs more?
You can't pull them both up. The wife and the mistress. Okay? Let's say you can't pull them both up, and you got to let one go. Chances are the mistress is probably going to drop. So you mistresses out there, don't be putting your trust that he's going to let the wife drop. And I tell people that all the time that get into these affairs. They very rarely leave their wives, women.
It's true.
They don't. And if they do, trust and ever so know what they did to their wife they probably gonna do to you. Soon as it gets old, soon as you stop catering the way you cater, because that's what people do. We will do things to get, and then we become complacent, and we'll get caught slipping. That person fell in lust with you for all the things that you were doing.
Tammy says, yes, but don't put yourself in that position. I agree, Pastor. You cannot love two people.
So all the things that they were doing made you feel like you was in love. But once the relationship, like he leaves that wife, so you gotta understand. And let me explain that a little bit. Okay? You have the wife, right? But then you got the mistress. The mistress is exciting because she does everything the wife don't do. And she's not nagging you because she don't have you, right? She's not pestering you. She's not putting demands on you, demands on your finances, all of that. She's just like, I just want you. Now you leave the wife, and now you with her. After a while, she gonna start sounding like the wife. She gonna start nagging. She gonna start all that stuff, putting demands on you. You understand? Take me out. I want to go out. When you was just coming 12 o'clock at night, and staying for a couple hours and bouncing. All that changes. And then you find out, I don't love this person. You find out, well, I might as well be back with the wife. So, ladies, chances are he's not going to leave his wife. He's dangling you on. As soon as you become old, he'll find another you.
And I want to say, too, I believe that definitely what happens is, it's a different dynamic when you are courting, the word that you use, and then when you get married. There's a different set of responsibilities. There's a different set of rules that come into play. So when you're dating or courting, that's like more of the fun and getting to know. Then when you come into that marriage relationship, it's still fun. You can still have those funds, but now there's just a different set of responsibilities. So that's how it goes with that. The mistress, it's like a courting type of phase, because there's no real responsibility because you have not committed. And because with commitment comes from more responsibility and a whole different set of rules and things that comes with that. So that's one thing there. And then another with, I believe that people can have some heavy feelings for multiple people. But I believe that what it is with all of these different people, maybe they have some certain characteristics or certain things that they like in this one that this one over here might not have, but this one over here doesn't. What happens is with all of them, because we're talking about this conflicted romantic infidelity, with all of them, what happens is somebody's going to get the short end of the stick. Somebody's not going to get all of you.
That's called a Frankenstein romance.
Interesting.
Okay? Mm-hmm. That's a Frankenstein situation. You've taken pieces of a whole lot of people, mm-hmm, and made your own person, mm-hmm, and you're dealing with 10 people.
It's true.
You understand? So Frankenstein, you seen the movie, all right?
Yeah.
He wanted to be human, but he really wasn't. He was a monster.
Yeah.
And that's what you got going on, a monster situation.
I believe that when you get to a spiritual maturity, you won't even play games like that, because what you're doing is all the people that are involved, somebody's going to get hurt, because you can't keep it up forever. Eventually, you're going to need to make a choice as and being mature, you just understand too that there's no perfect person. So that means the mate that you choose, you need to make sure, pick those non-negotiable things. The things that are, they got to be saved, they got to be this, they got to be that. Everything else is going to be a compromise, because your perfect person does not exist. I'm so sorry to tell you.
That song, Secret Lovers, that's what we are. Let me tell you, all y'all that's in that situation, it doesn't stay a secret. Not situations like that don't stay a secret. First of all, it won't be a secret to anybody that's spiritually discerning. They can see intimacy on you. They can see that you're intertwined. When they're really in tune with the things of God and the Holy Spirit and the airways are clear, they can see. You can't hide it. All right? That secret will be told on you that you are hoeing. Okay? And you ain't gonna be able to hide it. I don't care how pious, I don't care how nice you look, male or female. I don't care how much you play it off. Those that are really in tune, that person that you really want to find you, ladies, he gonna find you and say you're taken because he can see somebody else on you. And vice versa. That woman that really wants a saved man, that's holding out, with the Lord, she's gonna be able to see all these people on you. All right? Brokenness will be easily recognizable. So we really should stop playing games. Those that can't see, do you really want to be with a person that can't see? You understand? They just run right into the relationship, no discerning, no nothing. Because say they did luck out, so to speak, and got you a prize, but the fact that they have no discernment and all of that, that stuff's going to play out in other factors of your relationship. And it's going to be a mess. So you don't really want a person that's blind and that's just stupid, Now, I thank God that my wife was just a little naive when I got with her, just a little, enough to get with me, because I still had some residue on me. And it took time for that to get off. So God blessed me by shielding that a little bit because he knew we were meant to be. But I'm talking about some stuff that's not going to play out for meant to be. You need to see that. You need to see if he's a pedophile. You need to see if he's a homosexual. You need to see if he's, he's a Frankenstein monster type of brother that's just never going to bring it in.
All right, the last type of infidelity is called commemorative infidelity. This happens when a person is in a committed relationship, but they have no feeling for their partner, no sexual desire or love or attachment, only a sense of obligation keeping the couple together. That's all they got. So they're lacking love, they lack commitment, and then into a current romantic partner, and are both tied to both of those feelings are tied to general feelings of relationship dissatisfaction. So with this person that basically, there's no desire, no sexual desire, no intimate desire, nothing. They just kind of there to be there. That type of person is going to always be looking outside of the union to be with somebody else. But at the same time, they don't want to leave. But they don't want to commit to that intimacy, that sexual intimacy that's needed. So they just there.
I used to be such a flirt that no matter who I was with, I still had to flirt when other women came around. And I look back on that because I see, like I was at Walmart the other day, and a woman, did that to her man for me. And I was so angry at her because it was just like, yo, why'd you do that guy like that? Because the look on his face was like, he felt helpless. She punked her man, really. And, I see that, you know what I'm saying? And it just stinks in my nostrils now when I was that dude that would do that. You know what I'm saying? We people, I'm talking to your brothers, you need to hold that woman with the utmost respect at all times. Never let nobody else, get, feel they got an edge up feel they got an edge up on her. You understand? You need to hold her dear, keep her reverenced, make folks respect her, and vice versa. Ladies, don't dish your man like that.
Hey, Melinda.
All right? Don't destroy your relationship like that. All right? If you don't want to be with that person, then why are you there? I think it's so wrong you there because they getting your bills paid. You're afraid to be by yourself, but you don't really want to be there. It can't work. Even if time goes by and you say you married for 40 years, it didn't work for 40 years. You just existed for 40 years. You understand? That was a life wasted to be in a situation like that. If you really don't love them, if you really don't want to be there, why are you there? It's wrong for any other reason. You understand? Now, those say, well, I've been there so long. Okay, we got kids and this, that, and the other. Now, I don't counsel people to get a divorce. I always counsel people to try to keep it together. But those kids, you thought you did them a service because y'all existed together, but they picked up there was no love in the home. There was no peace in the home. You understand? They picked that up, and then that spills over for them. You teaching them because you're preaching with your relationship, and you're preaching the wrong message. You know what I'm saying? That's why I try to keep love in my home. I do. I'm always hugging and kissing on my lady right here, and I'm always chasing around the house. The kids see me always. Me more than her.
Don't be
all right?
trying to.
She do more running, and I do more chasing. All right.
That's just because you want me to. That just add a little fun.
All right.
Just adding the fun.
Or is this your personality? But you know what I mean? You gotta keep that atmosphere. You gotta have it and let it be real. Don't let it be fake, because don't think the kids can't feel it. Mm-hmm. They know the difference between love and hate. Yeah. They know the difference between love and lust. All right, y'all. Trying to help somebody. What they say?
Melinda said it's important for the kids to see their parents in love. We teach them. They do need to see that. And guess what? All of the faking and trying to just act like it's all good. You don't want to argue. You don't want to let the kids see argue. You don't want to let the kids know. Trust me, they know. And they know genuine love. And even I was cracking up with my son, because he's 17 and you get not much emotion out of him. He just one of those types. You're not getting much from him, but like if his dad and I are we running or we joking or we playing, I always see that little crack of a smile on him. You always know when something is moving for him because he'll show it because he's so like no emotion. I just know my son, and I like to see him see us that because it puts a smile on his face and it gives him an inkling and a definition of what marriage should be like. What a man and woman in a household who are married together, loving one another. This is what love looks like. He's got a point of reference, and I didn't have that coming up.
Well, I'm going to stay mute on what I saw coming up.
Well, and guess what? Maybe you didn't have the point of reference either. But listen, I'm so thankful that I can give my children that part that I didn't get. And that's what we should be doing. And break those cycles.
And that's because you married a special kind. A kind that's hard to find. Baby, hold on to me.
That's right, boo. That's right.
See, I'm a special kind. I tell her that all the time. All right. I said, you better hold on to me, girl. All right. See, a lot of the folks that will criticize, you hold on what they say.
Melinda said, here we go, LOL.
A lot of folks that would criticize, they remember a player back in the days from the Himalayas.
Oh, Lord.
But, that stuff gets old. That stuff ain't real. And then that stuff, I like the focused on one woman. Yeah. I like that. I found out that, it's better when you divide it and just, it's turmoil. Right. It's turmoil. You don't even realize it ain't even a good situation. That's what I say all the time. I see these guys just leave their wives all of a sudden for something, and I be like, man, I don't want to meet that woman that can make me do that. I don't want to meet her. I'm gonna be like Joseph. I'm gonna run. If I feel she got that type of power, I don't want to meet her. You understand? I checks out Beyonce. She looked good in the whole nine, but she wouldn't have that type of power. Now her wallet, might have some power there. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, Beyonce, I need $1 billion for me to even consider.
Hey, man.
All right, but I hope we've helped on some points today. Help somebody. All right, we got to close it on in. Bring it on in. So.
But I just want to give a quick wrap up. We talked about 5 types of infidelity today. I can't get back into them again, but I'm just give you the name of them. We talked about the opportunistic infidelity, obligatory infidelity, romantic infidelity, conflicted romantic infidelity, and commemorative infidelity. So if you missed it, you came in a little late, you can go catch the replay. But thank you guys for coming on with us today on this Marriage Monday. Check us again Thursday at 8 p.m. We do Bible study. And the website is on there if you feel like you would like to give. And also Cash App is there as well. So thank you guys for coming on
And
tonight.
know that we do virtual counseling. A lot of people from all across the country, have us doing virtual counseling. So that's the new thing now, and we do it. Yep. So come on in. If you want to know what we normally charge for virtual counseling, if it's first time, it's just $20 an hour. All right. But then as we move up, it might go up to $40 an hour. And then if we're still doing it, it'll go up a little bit more because, the labor is worthy of his hire. We help people, but also we gotta not let them pimp us. Okay? You don't let them do that to your gift, whatever your gift is. All right? But our main objective is to help relationships, help strengthen marriages. All right? And that's what God has put us on a mission to do. And to keep folks together, fighting the good fight. All right? So y'all have a nice day, and God bless y'all. And good night.
Good night.
Baby, hold on to me. See, I'm a special kind that is hard to find.